Hey everyone, it's CL. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something I'm sure we can all relate to, which are bookish pet peeves. Those are all those book-related things that absolutely annoy you. And in general, I have a lot of pet peeves, but in today's video, I will talk about 5 of my bookish pet peeves. Starting with pet peeve number 1, which is Instalove. I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of readers out there really dislike Instalove. I in particularly really dislike it. I guess the reason why I dislike it so much is that there's no real build-up. It's as if there's like a missing scene within the book where the character was shot with Cupid's arrow. Now, I will have to admit that I am not the most romantic person out there, but somewhere deep down within the crevices of my blackened heart, I do appreciate love. And I think the best kind of love is the kind that's shown with actions and not necessarily words, and is the kind that takes you by surprise and sneaks up on you. So yes, pet peeve number 1 is Instalove. Strong dislike for it. Pet peeve number 2, when a book has the character on the cover. I am someone who really likes to use my imagination when I read. I like to imagine what the character looks like. I like to imagine what they sound like. I picture the character's movements as the plot is going through my head. And when a book has the character on the cover, my imagination is sort of handicapped. Like when I'm trying to picture the character, all I can see is the image that is portrayed on the book cover, especially when they portray a certain male character as like this super hot guy, a real head turner, and then all I can see is the character that they displayed on the cover, and to me he just looked okay. You know what? He's not my type. I don't think he's hot. Is he supposed to be hot? Because he is not doing it for me. You know what I mean? There are exceptions for me, so if they put a character on the cover, they really have to be shrouded in mystery. Like they have to have like a hoodie on and you can't really see their face. They have to have like a cloak and all you can see is like a silhouette of what this character is supposed to look like, I guess. But in general, it is truly one of my pet peeves when they put book characters on the actual cover of the book. I am pro leave that to the imagination of the readers. Pet peeve number 3, when library patrons don't really respect and take care of the books that they're checking out. Now, I can totally see why some people prefer to buy all their books as opposed to like checking them out from the library, because some of those library books are really disgusting because people don't take care of them. There have been many times where I have checked out a book where it's the only copy within the library and it's very clear that the person before me must have used it for an ashtray because it smells so strongly of cigarette smoke. Or I will get like a book where there's a lot of like sticky substances on it, and if I think about it too much, it will just gross me out. I just know that some of those books I have handled that if I were to take a black light to it, it would light up like a Christmas tree. It would look like a crime scene investigation with how much fluids and unknown substances must be on that book, on its pages. It's just, sometimes I really have to push it out of my mind that I could possibly get an STD from handling this book. Or a certain book, but you know, it annoys me. It is a pet peeve of mine when people aren't respectful of library books. But yeah. Pet peeve number 4, ambiguous endings. Those endings where the author kind of wants you to make up your mind on what happened. Now, maybe it's just me, but when I read a book, I want to know the story from beginning to end. I don't want to make up my own ending. I want you to tell me what happened. I have a strong dislike for ambiguous endings. I am the type of person, and maybe I'm a little bit OCD, but I need to have closure. And lastly, pet peeve number 5, when they change the voice actors on audiobooks when it comes to a series that I'm following. And maybe it's because I might have a little bit of commitment issues, but if I listen to one book on audiobook, I really commit to the voice actor, especially if it's one that I'm really enjoying and who's really charismatic. when I listen to the next installment on audiobook, I kind of expect to hear the same voice. And when I hear a different voice, it throws me off and it's just not the same. It feels like a different character altogether. But yes, those are my 5 bookish pet peeves. I'm sure you have some bookish pet peeves of your own. If you do, please leave them down below in the comments. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.